are here and look up in the sky. We don't usually make videos, but that's a tradition that has to be changed someday. And this is the perfect day because we have here the cast and crew, part of the cast and crew of one of the most awaited fan films for the superhero community. I'm talking about Supergirl Titans, and I have the need to introduce them to you right now. We have Mark Owen, the director of the film. Hello. Hi, Mark.
Hello. Hey, everyone.
We have Laia Martínez, actress. She's Supergirl, Cara Danvers in this show. Hi.
Everybody. Hi, Marcos.
Hi. Hi, Laia. And Tim Allen, producer of the film. Hello. How are you doing?
Hi. Hola.
Okay, lots of things to talk. We have to talk about the short, the ideas, how is it going to develop, and the crowdfunding that it's currently running to fund this wonderful project. First of all, it's a question for all of you. Where did the idea to do this fan film come from?
Well, my personal recollection is I became friends with Tim and Laia on Facebook a number of years ago. I can't remember exactly what instigated it, but a suggested friend, and we communicated very quickly and liked each other's posts. And not a long time after that, either via Laia directly or via Tim, I found out that Laia had a very strong passion for Supergirl. And somewhere along the line, I said yes to going, yeah, let's just make a Supergirl fan film, and that's essentially how simple the idea was to start it all off.
And Tim, you have directed a fan film quite related to that, and also with Laia.
Yeah.
It was Earth. One with Zod and company, right?
It was Earth Rising New Krypton, and
that's one.
Yeah. It was originally just a VFX piece, but it turned into a short film.
Yes, that's how we met. And yes, we discovered that we like working together and we have a great friendship. So I believe Writers of New Krypton was amazing for all of us. And yes, it just brought us together. And then with Mark as well. He saw one photo shoot that we did with Supergirl and Catwoman, and he got a bit of inspiration from that as well to write Supergirl Titans.
How many times have you been working on this short film at the moment?
A long time. I think end of 2017 was probably when we agreed to do it. I think maybe a bit earlier, maybe a bit later. I know we shot so the trailer that you currently see on the crowdfunding with the small fight scene in the woods, that was filmed I think 2018 or 2019. I can't remember.
I believe, but
yeah, so a few years ago. So it's taken a long time just to get ready to even launch the campaign, as we did do a couple of weeks ago. And obviously the story that I've written the script and tried to make it. I wrote a quite ambitious script originally, and it was all sort of set around London. I then tried to scale it down and rewrite it to make it more realistic. And all I ever do is I go to make it more simple, and I made it far more complicated and ambitious. So it's become now like a mammoth task, a mammoth challenge, but hopefully a great story.
It's a wonderful trailer, by the way. You have the link in the description, and you can see it now here on the screen. It's a wonderful trailer. It's that meant to be part of the film, or it's just to set the tone and the aspirations of the fan film?
Yeah, exactly. So more the latter. So it's not directly taken from a film. We haven't shot any of it yet. So it's just to give a flavour of what we can do and the general tone and the feel of the movie in terms of showing Laia in action, showing Lauren in action, seeing the sort of physical chemistry of them going against each other. And that particular scene we shot was quite rushed. We used natural lighting. We didn't have any real equipment to take time on it. And so it's not a perfect thing. Tim's done wonders with the VFX to obviously bring it alive, make it more alive. And we have professional sound design and professional grade to try and sort of make the best out of it. But we've had a lot of great feedback. The video is available on a few YouTube channels, and all the comments seem to be very encouraging. And
yes,
and
because it's quite powerful. I mean, from the establishing shot of the boot, the costumes are perfect. The cast is as you say, it has chemistry, and the small fight is very well choreographed. The editing is paced. I mean, it's great. It gives a very good sensation, and I think if your aspirations, as you say, have gone up and down of the scale of the film. If it goes up, it can go very up, very high.
Yeah, well, it's obviously from our point of view with the crowdfunding, the more money we can raise, the better.
Yeah.
This simple case of there's so many costs, obviously, if you're going to do it well. So the first thing we'll actually start with is probably upgrading Laia's costume and Lauren's costume. So we just want to make them better.
Yeah.
Poor Tim currently probably will have to end up making them. But we're all perfectionists. We're all passionate about the original 80s movies for both Christopher Reeve and obviously Helen Slater.
Yeah.
So I'm always quite fixated on the detail of the costumes, as Tim will know. And so I always think, it has to be like it was in the 80s or little things like that. And we did a poll recently, a few months ago, on the followers on Facebook and Instagram about what costume design they would like to see color-wise. So whether because it's quite dark at the moment.
You can choose among a great. There's a good wardrobe to choose from.
Yeah, exactly. So I think at the moment we've settled between slightly brighter than the current costume, but slightly darker than Helen Slater's costume. So somewhere in the middle. And hopefully you'll be
in the middle with texture, with different patterns. So I think it's going to look amazing.
Yes, Laia, I'm going to talk to you about your take on the character in a moment. But Tim, we were talking production. I want to talk to you. You have a crowdfunding open, so the amount of money you have to make the film can vary a lot.
Yes.
I think you have different versions of the film in your head in terms of what can be done depending on where you go.
Yes, we can adapt to depending on how much we get.
And on the costume department we were talking about right now, there's a great change between getting the goals you have on the funds or getting beyond that.
Mark, I think that's a question for you.
Yeah, because I think people think on the costs of this kind of productions on terms of the effects, the practical effects, the FX, but there's a whole world of investment in the costumes that are going to be on screen, and many times you have to have several costumes for several moments of a fight.
Yeah,
so that
have variations of that.
That goes into that, right?
Yeah. We have an underwater costume as well.
Yeah.
So.
You have to go to be more, I will rephrase, you can be more bold with what you want to do in the fight if you can have an arrangement or an array of different costumes for as the battle advances, right?
Yes, and yeah, as Laia might destroy one or two.
Yeah, that's one point. That's one point.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take care of it the maximum I can. So it's going to be maybe in the fight, who knows how rough it's going to be, so that we're going to destroy it or not. But hopefully we don't destroy many costumes.
Laia, your character, Kara Danvers, Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, has 3 faces. Are you gonna be able to play the 3 faces, the Kryptonian, the Earth, and the superhero side, or is this more centered on the superhero character?
Well, since the first time we spoke about it with Mark and Tim, so we wanted it to be that it was Kara and the superhero. So we wanted everything. We wanted to show the human side and the alien side, everything all together. So she's going to have a big array of emotions, and she's going to show different sides of Supergirl and Kara Danvers.
And what has been your or what's going to be your approach to the character?
Well, I'm going to be using a few different things. I'm going to be using my personality. I'm going to be using what I've learned of acting during the years. And yes, I mean, we want to keep the essence of Supergirl, but we also want to give my take and the take of Mark and the take of all the team to this Supergirl.
You have Helen Slater's film and the TV series, I suppose, on the mind, as portrayals of the character, very keen for everybody. But you are going to do your own take on that.
Yes, I believe that's what Mark, who is the director, also wants. So yeah. I think that's what we're going to do.
And as for the villain, it's Rain. It's one of the world killers. It's Lauren Alexandra. And what can you tell us about her and about the villain?
Well, Lauren was actually suggested to me by Tim, who originally knew her, and it was an instant yes from me. I'd been preparing so much for Laia and writing the story. I hadn't really made my own ideas about who to play Rain yet, but obviously Lauren has such great physicality, and it's almost a crime to let her play the villain, because she's so nice in real life. She's very friendly, got a big smile, and I think maybe one day we'll put together the bloopers of the fight we shot already. But there's a lot of moments where the two, Laia and Lauren, are sort of cracking up. And it's a very kind of gritty, fun, quick shoot. So there wasn't much preparation. So we were all kind of in it together and kind of enjoying the moment and having fun.
Yeah, it's a character quite recent. I think it's from 2012. The first time the characters appear on the comic books and then on TV. But you choose it maybe because the media exposure makes it a more known to the people, one of the most known of the Supergirl villains nowadays.
I think I first saw Rain in the TV show recently, played by Odette. Her name, Odette Usman, is it? I can't remember the actress's name, but I saw her portrayal and then I had to go sort of back and research the origins of Rain, and get the full story of how she became a world killer and what she would how she would interact with Supergirl and what their kind of relationship is and why she is evil essentially in our eyes, and how the two personalities meet. So that's quite intriguing to explore as a story, and hopefully for the actors as well.
We're going to talk about the crowdfunding in a moment, but first of all, I want to know, where are you expected to start filming?
So the campaign ends mid-July, so we've got about 6 weeks left of that. Then when we see how much we've got, I can have a rough idea of obviously what we can do of the current script with that money. We might have to obviously adapt and maybe tweak things slightly to make a more fluid thing with the money we do end up with. But ultimately, I can start prepping sort of weeks after. It takes a while for the money to actually physically arrive in the bank account for us to then do something. But yeah, I would like to think sort of the latter part of this year is when we can actually begin, having working and maybe applying the budget to each scene, and we sort of keep going. There's lots of expenses to get to, so obviously there's a lot of time left, and we're just obviously encouraging people to donate if possible, but obviously if they can't, just keep sharing it and sending it out there, and you keep getting the odd person looking and go, oh, I'm interested. So outside of the campaign, I've been accepting some donations outside of the campaign, so it all adds up. We are getting more interest than what you see on the campaign officially, but it's just keep encouraging people, really, because people want to see. With fan films, it's very easy for them to, because of a lack of budget, be limited to kind of how ambitious it can be or how impressive the production value can look. So between our team, we're all very, we're very professional, and we have very high standards, and I know that I will demand the highest standards from everyone, obviously working with Tim and, Laia and Lauren and even the DP and any crew member. I'll make it very precise what we're doing on each day and try and get the enthusiasm, because lots of people love the original 80s movies, and it's kind of a hybrid between the nostalgia of the 80s and the kind of more modern gritty series, and hopefully for Laia especially, that's kind of a great blend to explore as an actress.
Yeah, it's not just a slugfest. There's character development and there's character crash between the two personalities, and maybe there's more characters that can appear. But we will talk about this now in the crowdfunding section, because as we are hearing, this fan film, this short film, is being funded by you, and there's the description, and now in the screen you have the address to be able to fund. They are going to win more money to be able to do the best production possible. If you can see the trailer, you have already seen the production standards are as high as Mark is telling us. But there are many things to be earned by the people backing the project beyond the satisfaction of having funded a great project. If each of you could choose one of the things the people backing the crowdfunding can earn, if you could choose one of them, which would choose each of one of you? Because there are many interesting things.
Yeah, well, I mean, we worked hard on the perks and trying to sort of work out, such a variety of things. I think the most popular at the moment seems to be people seeing their names in the credits, and that's quite a big appeal. So, and that'll be fun as well, because obviously it's a famous blue text in the space background, which is obviously the 80s version, not the modern version.
Very iconic.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone identifies that. So that's a lot of fun. That seems to be quite popular at the moment. I don't know. It's a good question.
Well, for me, I think I'd like someone to participate in it. So we always need background extras or extra actors, and it's a great way for people to be involved.
You have the chance to be part either as a backup character, a person in the back, even have some lines, some interactions even with the characters. And if you are a cosplayer, even be one of the other characters of DC in the film.
Yes.
Yeah. That can be very interesting if other people who cosplay want to be in the film, and we can have some scene with other superheroes. And I think that's one of the best perks also as well, this one of writing a line. So obviously it's going to go through a process, so we're going to see if it fits. But obviously if they write a line, then we are going to try to put it in some of the scenes. And also being an extra, yes, if they want to be an extra, if they've never been in a film and they want to see how it is, then it's also a good perk.
My personal favorite, Laia Supergirl action figure.
Yes, that's true.
You can get your own Laia as Supergirl action figure, both in black and white or painted. So I think that's quite amazing.
Yes, I mean that's Tim's doing. So he's the one who's going to create it.
Yes, we're scanning Laia's body and face, and then we're going to make an action figure.
Yeah, and I suppose that can also help into the VFX.
Yes, it's primarily used for VFX, but we're adapting for the action figure as well.
I will have a polite note to Tim here. Let's not pass this by, because the action figures, especially the painted ones, Tim will have to paint by hand himself. I wish I could help out Tim, but I don't have that skill. So this is why recently we've just been like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, we have to advertise all these different perks, but unfortunately some skills Tim can only do, and he's very, very good at them, of course.
So not just an action figure painted by Tim. So think about the kind of artistry we're talking here. And I think there's still time. You have said so many weeks until the crowdfunding ends.
I think it ends middle of July. I can't remember exactly. I think the 11th. So we've got about 5.
It's advancing well at the moment.
It's okay. It's I know I'm expecting a few more people to donate a bit. Everything helps, even if it's like £5, for example. It all adds up. So if you think you can't donate now, it doesn't matter. We've got to the end of July, or even outside of the campaign. Please keep sharing, and there's a PayPal link as well for people outside of the UK. If they don't want to pay in British pounds, they can pay in dollars or etc. So that doesn't show up on the crowdfunding page, but so we've got a decent amount already, and hopefully we're just pushing for more and to see what we can get. And like I said, the more money, the better the film.
Yeah.
The better.
Yeah, remember they have a goal, but if they go over that goal, the film will look even better. So this is a non-for-profit. Everything is going to be invested in the film, so you are paying for what you are going to see. I think that's the best you can, the best use of your money you can have.
Yeah, exactly. We're limited with obviously sort of copyright reasons, but we've done a bit of research with fan films specifically, and there seems to be a sort of leniency around it because they realise the fans, it's made out of love, and we'll put the disclaimer and the legal stuff when we publish it. But yeah, it's not for profit, of course, but as you say, every penny, every pound is put into the production to try and make everything the best locations, the best costumes, the best equipment, etc. And I'm pretty sure we can still make an awesome movie.
So a production that is going to be heavily invested by the people who wants to watch it. A production that is going to rely in practical effects, although it will have, of course, digital effects, but that wants to have that classic you can touch it quality, and done by people with lots of passion and who have been working on this for years. Thank you to all of you for being here today. Lot of luck, because you have a lot of work to do, and I know this is going to be wonderful. And if you want, when this is all done, I'd love to talk to you again to know how has gone all the filming and what are your reactions after the thing. And I'm sure this is going to be funded because you now watching this are going to to give a bit, just a bit, and get a lot in return. Thank you, everybody.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Marcos.
Thank you, Marcos.
And we are looking, as always, up in the sky.